Good night, BLP family. I have been given 15 minutes, I believe, to speak. But if Ronald had been given 20 and he spoke for 35, unfortunately, I cannot comply with those requirements. Secondly, I have been confined to a certain script. And as always at the beginning, I need to be extra careful in what I say, just to ensure that I don't face a lawsuit before elections are called. So I promise to be rather circumspect tonight. But I must start by saying this to all and sundry. There has never been before in the history of a government in Barbados or politics that there has been such a high level of yardfoulism, nepotism, and cronyism pervading the halls of Parliament. And I say that unapologetically. I say that in all truth and all earnest. Because today in this country run by a government of hooligans and vagabonds, everything in this country has nothing to do with competency or meritocracy. Nothing at all. It is simply based on who you know and who know you. And it is very, very troublesome. I have been asked to speak on St. Michael's Central, but I want to divert just for about 2 minutes. I was startled about 3 weeks ago when I saw in the newspaper an award ceremony at the registration department, and certain personnel were giving out awards. And I saw a particular person giving out an award, and I probably might have read it wrong. I saw the caption, advisor to the Attorney General. Yes, a chap, I believe, by the name of Jasper. I can't remember his surname. But the caption read that he was the advisor to the Attorney General. But I would wish to ask the question, where is this man's competency as an advisor to the Attorney General? I do not know that he possesses any degree in law, or that he is a lawyer by profession, or that he went England. I didn't know that. No, but I knew that he was a clerk at the Ministry of Transport and Works. And I knew that because I taught him. So I speak him from a level of intelligence. I taught him. But then I was told that he went to that ministry from in 2012. Yes, please. On what basis? No, let us be real. And that his salary is like 3 times greater than what he was earning as a clerk. No, let us get real. Let us be realistic. Because we are speaking of a person who is an advisor. What is he going to advise Mr. Buffett on? No, I'm very serious about this. No, I mean, but we must question these things if we are speaking about accountability and transparency and good governance. No, we must. But is it because he lives in St. Philip and happens to be my neighbor? Or is it because he is a close friend of the leader of government who visits him often? Is that the criteria for selection to a position in this country? No, but it has to stop. No, but it has to stop. It has to stop somewhere. No, we must put an end to it. Because this is but a minute example of what transpires in this country. And unless we do something about it when we go to the polls, it will continue. But something has to give. And I was asked to speak about St. Michael's Central, so let me get to St. Michael's Central. I believe that there is a rule of thumb that when you are elected as a minister, that you must have some sort of competency in the area for which you are chosen. You cannot put a person in a ministerial portfolio who ain't got a clue. You cannot do that. You are destroying the fabric of our society if you continue to do that. So what have we done? The government has placed Mr. Blackett as the Minister of Social Care, I believe, Constituency, Empowerment, and Community Development. A pretty portfolio, pretty a name. But you need to understand what you are doing if you have a ministry such as important as that. Because throughout the length and breadth of this country, the DLP continues with its mantra that Barbados is more than an economy, it is a society. That is the mantra that they have used and continue to use. Therefore, any policies that they implement that destroy the economy ultimately will destroy the society. So that they're oblivious to the fact that both of these concepts are inextricably linked. One cannot go without the other. So we have placed a minister in such an important role, social care. And nobody in the government wants to speak to the report of the living conditions in this country that was conducted by the IDB 2016-2017. It was public knowledge. It was in the public domain since September 2017. Perchance or otherwise, not a minister of government has saw it fit to speak to the issues that have arisen out of that report. But at a function recently, Mr. Blackett said that for the past 2 years or so, that the welfare roll was about 4,000, and it is steady at 4,000. while he was saying this, the man from the Salvation Army was trying to explain to Barbadians that there is a growing concern that on a daily basis, the numbers are increasing for persons seeking help and also for the lunch. And that what is even a more growing concern to him was the young persons, the young females with children who were coming for assistance from the Salvation Army. But you know that has gone unnoticed for Mr. Blackhead. Totally unnoticed. And he speaks about this 4,000 rule that has remained consistent. But let me give you some figures because he lives somewhere else. The report of the findings of this survey showed that poverty has increased from 15.1% to 17.5%. An increase of 2.4%. I just say, Ronald, I didn't do very good at maths. But the last census, the population was estimated to be 286,041. That is the estimate. So all I want you to do is to look at 2.4% of that. That is what the increase is. And if your math is as good as mine, it should give you 6,864. That is the increase from 2010 to 2016 of the persons who have been plunged into poverty by the policies of the Democratic Labour Party. This survey was concluded before the increase in the NSRL from 2 to 10%. So you could understand the ramifications of that increase now on the increase in the level of poverty in this country. But no one wants to speak about it. So then, how are you going to address the problem of poverty? You cannot address the problem of poverty from a reactionary perspective. If you are a proactive government, you would have implemented policies to ensure that we are not driven into poverty. That is if you were a competent government. But then what do you expect from a government that ain't got a clue? So then, how are you attempting to solve some of these problems relative to poverty? Let me tell you how social care is attempting to do it. There is a program called the Strengthening of the Human and Social Development in Barbados. It is a project where there is a loan from the IDB in the tune of $10 million US. Strengthening the human and social development. It is an expansion of the IC Bridge project, which would have catered to only 30 persons in every 2 years. This project attempts to cater to households of 250 households. Right. Now, there really is a problem. The MOU was signed in December of 2015. It is a project scheduled to run from 2015 until 2000, targeting 250 households who are really, really indigent, with trying to implement policy, etc. The MOU was signed December 2015. Social workers came on board. Hear me good, you know. In October 2017. Almost 2 years after. That is a fact. But that ain't all, you know. You remember I went back this thing about competency and meritocracy and all these pretty big words. A PR consultant, because the Democratic Labour Party loves this thing called consultants. With the hire PR consultant for 6 months, pay she over $100,000 just so. Just so. Just like that. Over $100,000, 6 months. My math sense is good, but $100,000 divided by 6 is 13.6. I ain't know for doing what. Now they have decided that they go hire a PR firm. So money going down the drain. No, don't forget there's a loan that we got to pay back, you know. That we got to pay back. So, right, so nothing happened. So after paying all that money now, you know, go hire a PR firm. One of the cohorts, so there's some cohort systems that they're using. Cohort 1 is only started with 40. So they're not getting ready to start the next one. So all of this time is wasted. People continue to be in abject poverty, and we could find money to pay people to do nothing. And the people who are deserving of this can't get any. So I have some questions for Mr. Blackett. And these are they're not rhetorical questions. They're questions that are important. Because he's Minister of Social Care. So in his ministry are all the community centers. So there's the Andrew Allen one there in Station Hill. But I would figure the FI is Minister of Social Care, and now is the representative of St. Michael Central. You can say you like. That got what? If not, that one got to work. If not next, why you got to do something for you people? I would figure so. But then ask you why it's sitting down there all the time and then utilized. Nah? No, seriously. But these are things that must bother me. And he is the minister. So he got the resources to utilize for himself and for his ministry. But you will know these things only if you interface with people, only if you canvass your constituency, only if you talk with people. But if you ain't doing that and living in palatial houses and driving pretty motor car, and don't forget, he is one of the same persons that get on bad in Parliament with the restoration. He 10%, yeah? Yeah? That same gentleman get on like a black hat in the People's Parliament. No, but it's a fact. And has done, they tell me they cuss Kerry, right? And has done nothing for the people. I know this is serious. This, because we are speaking about constituency representation. Ask Mr. You see, it's only when I speak of these things that things happen in St. Michael Central, you know, and that is a fact. So I want Blackett to go in Glenderry Road, the third house on the left-hand side, you know, from the bottom, from the Glenderry prison wall. Ask him to repair Mr. Seeley house, nah? From since 2010, nah? The whole side open. Ask him, they had money for that. Right? Since 2010. But tell you gain water, whole land, gain Niles Road, and help the young persons who want work. Nah. Tell you get the Ross John house. When we take photographs, when we do the mass canvas, and help Ross John in Waterhole land. People ought not to be living under those conditions. And he is the representative of the people. I'm begging he, but I ain't done because I know start. Ask he. No, tell him, for me, for our forholder, when he goes to the next cabinet meeting, to ask Michael Lashley to adhere to my request to send back a bus for Flint Hall. Ask he. I write since March 2017 and they ain't do nothing because it come from me. Ask he, or tell he to tell Michael Lashley, hear this here, hear this. Tell him to tell Michael to send a bus, or in Blaster, he could send a ZR, because there's permits out there. There's enough permits out there getting out. So if you don't want to send a transport board bus with a lot of permits that they're getting, I don't know who are giving them out. But send one of things with a permit to help the people so they walk when they get off the bus and the boy don't rob them. That's all I asking you to do. I don't think I asking too much of him. I don't think I do. Tell Mr. Blackett himself to ask himself when he goes to cabinet also how he can help the lady in Powder Road who got 2 children that the worthless fathers ain't pay over $27,000 in maintenance yet. And she went for help and she ain't get none. No, but these things ain't right. And the joint tax, these ministers have their wrong concept, you know. The ministers believe that there are the employers, not understanding that there are the employees, and that we the people of this country are their employers. And come 2018, they shall return to civilian life. Let them know that. That is where they're going. We need to explain that to them. That Stuart and the band of vagabonds shall return to civilian life. And I say this without apologies. And I want to tell you this, that even the vote buying cannot help them. Shall not help them. That they have incurred the wrath of this country and they shall pay dearly for it. And there shall be no repeat of 2013. And I want to send that message to you, the good people of this land. This government has destroyed the social fabric of this country. And it cannot continue like this. And tell Michael, because I ain't finished with he yet neither. Tell him, tell Michael Lashley, tell Steve Telly to pave the roads in Queen Victoria and Queen Mary, pave Bank Hall, yeah. No, no, tell him that. Tell him for older say that. No, hold on. There's a reason why he said that. Because he is the minister now, right? God, tell him he better pave them roads, yeah. And that he ain't got to employ no private contractor to do no road behind District Air Police Station. Tell him I say that. And he would know why I say that. And I ain't done with him yet, so he better adhere to my request. Otherwise, a lot of people are going to tell me about money that leave this country. That leave this country. No. In the hands of hairdressers, yeah. You best believe it. Yes. Tell them put me in court. And I have not even spoken in defense of my good friend Joe yet. Because I have not said a word about the speaker as yet. And there are a lot of people in this country, not ministers, but persons in parliament, who believe that they can take people's money, both old and young, as if it was theirs, and that there are no repercussions for them. I say that. People who are in parliament, they are not ministers. But they have taken people's monies and spent it as if it were their own, and believe that they will not face the full wrath of the court, but they have something to think about. Yes, so if Mr. Carrington if that refers to him, so be it. But I have never taken $45,000 belonging to a client and feel that it is mine, though. That's all I would say. And these people are brazen enough, walking about this country with the chest held high. But I ain't start to talk yet. The elections are around the corner. And I am going to St. Philip to speak about those who are in St. Philip in government. Who would have bought businesses and or palaces and or houses cash? Yes, and they can't lock me up. They could burn down my office, that's all. Who would have built, who would have purchased cash houses costing over $900,000 in this country? Man, I talk about $900,000, yes. You understand that? Not even a mortgage? So when you hear speaker after speaker on this platform speaks about the alleged corruption, do not believe that we are just talking for talking's sake. No, but these things are troubling to the soul. How do these people sleep at night? And believe that they have a right to do these things repeatedly. Somebody touching me for my foot, I know what I mean. Well, I ain't started to talk yet. Because I know that I can get put out. Because I'm going to finish very shortly. Perhaps persons in the registry need to come to the country also and explain to this country how come a dead man will get probate. Not, hold on, get probate. A former prime minister, he will get probate ever since. And nobody can see the affidavit of value. Nobody can see if it contains the $3.3 million. But these things can't be right. No, but these things aren't. So I will probated. People have a right to see if included in the assets of the deceased was this same 0.3 million, but that's only fair. So how come it under lock and key? Are we speaking about transparency in this country? No, but something is wrong. And this is why I hold the Barbados Labour Party to the task when we win government to stop these things. These things must stop. No one in this country is above the law. But these things aren't fair. And people going about the business as though it's normal. No. But old people tell me, time longer than twine. We have endured 9 years of the wrath of these demons. 2018 is upon us. And my friends, I implore you, I beg you, go out there and do what must be done. This country must be rid of this evil. The power lies within you. And that's all I'm urging you. That in 2018, when we go there, we vote in large numbers. And we vote for the candidates of the Barbados Labour Party to put this country back on the course for development. Good night. I thank you.